the studios of Canton High School, it's Focus on Football with Dan Aronson and Matt Martin.
Hello and welcome back to Focus on Football. I'm Ben Aronson here with
Matt Martin.
And we have Matt's in a bad mood right now. He's a little
What a
heartbroken
shock!
by the Packers.
Another Monday show and the Packers lost.
We got a week
What else is
12,
new?
week 11, week 12 preview.
Week 12
Week 12 recap.
Wow.
Thanksgiving game recap. I suck at that.
Wrong week, and it's not even not even a preview. Sorry, I'm just a little upset.
Let's get right into it with the Packers and the Vikings.
So, game started. Both defenses looked great, and then there was a little spurt of offense. The Packers' offense looked great, looked innovational. There was some motion, which we've never seen them use, some misdirection. Rodgers was trusting his receivers. There were throws to EQ that he was making when EQ hadn't even turned around yet, just showing trust. Going right at Xavier Rhodes with Devontae Adams because they liked the matchup. And then Rodgers slipped back into what he's been doing for a lot of 2018. He's not taking the easy check down. He's just trying to do a little too much. He doesn't have a very talented group, but he's still just got to dump it down to the guys to get the easy yards. It was 14-14 in the third quarter. Packers had a fourth down in their own deep in their own territory in the first half where they punted, which I liked the call. Then we have a 3rd and 1 in far into our own territory, towards the 50, and we run up the middle to Aaron Jones, right at Sharif Floyd, probably one of the best interior linemen in the NFL at the weak part of the Packers offensive line. Then refs blew this. This was very costly for the Packers. It took them a while to spot the ball, and the play clock already started moving before they had even spotted it. So once it was settled that it was 4th and 1, there was 15 seconds on the play clock. So Packers were forced to call a timeout. I go on about that and how infuriating it is when they just waste timeouts, but that's not really a waste because they didn't really have a choice. And then the 4th down, no imagination, right to Aaron Jones, right at Sharif Floyd, and we're stopped and they have the ball in our own territory. Put Rodgers in the shotgun.
And they still, even Rodgers obviously didn't play great, but they still don't run the ball enough. Aaron Jones is so good.
That was the turning point of the game because then it was 17-14, and then the offense started to lose its imagination. Rodgers started going back.
And you have to give some credit. Kirk Cousins played a pretty good game, didn't turn over the ball much. Packers D got good pressure. They held the Vikings to 24 points.
I didn't. Yeah, they played. They didn't get enough. They didn't get enough pressure. But the head scratching thing is putting Jair Alexander on Adam Thielen and doubling Diggs with 2 crappy quarterbacks. What?
Diggs still had a game. Diggs still had a very good game.
Yeah,
too.
he was doubled and he got the touchdown.
Yeah.
Great. Diggs is so much more dangerous than Thielen.
Yeah.
I'll take doubling Thielen down over the middle than leaving him alone with Alexander, who can probably shut him down. But then you got Diggs going alone. Put Alexander on Diggs and then double Thielen and work from there. And they didn't do that.
Thielen was doubled at one point when he made that amazing. That catch was amazing.
And towards the end of the game, the Vikings had the ball back with 12 minutes left. And, I've seen this so much in my life. I was expecting the game to just end. How many times the Packers are trailing, give the ball back, and the other team just, the Packers were the worst 3rd down team last night of all time, on offense and on defense. They couldn't get off the field on 3rd down, and they couldn't stay on the field on offense on 3rd down. And then they forced them to punt with 6 minutes left. Game wasn't dead. And Tramon Williams just jumps at the punt and hits the Vikings get it.
Tramon, why didn't they leave him on? The Browns cut him. Why were the Packers we'll take him back?
I almost went to bed. I almost went to bed right there. But I said, you know what? I'll stick around because we have Aaron Rodgers. That was my one thing.
Tramon Williams.
And that was my one thing. I was hanging on that hope. And then they get in the red zone. And with the game on the line, Aaron Rodgers just... The second one wasn't 100% him, but he missed 2 throws. He had EQ St. Brown in a little flat. I think we've seen this little miscommunication by them, but still he's got to get that ball there. And then the one to Adams when he went at the rookie cornerback who just got hurt after Xavier Rhodes hurt his hamstring, and Rodgers put it a little bit too far. He doesn't miss that pass. And then defense gets back on the field. They don't get the onside kick. They get the 1st down. What a shock. Tony Brown and I don't even know the other guy's name ran into each other. On 3rd down with the game on the line, run into each other, and Diggs is wide open for the 1st down. It's
I mean, I think
every week I say Packers. They just gotta win out. If they win out, if they don't lose another game, then they'll make the playoffs. Newsflash: they've lost like 4 in a row.
Yeah.
They need to win one game before they can do that.
They cannot win on the road.
The Packers are 4-6-1, and we for some reason consider them like a decent team. Tell me the teams that they beat.
I don't know.
They beat the Bears on a miracle comeback by Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that shouldn't even happen.
They barely beat the 49ers on a miracle comeback by Aaron Rodgers. They beat
Dolphins.
the Bills and they beat the Dolphins. Are any the Week 1 Bears after the Aaron Rodgers comeback? Okay, that's a good team.
That was their first game under Nagy. It was Mitchell Trubisky's first game.
That's a good team.
Khalil Mack couldn't even play all the snaps.
Are the Dolphins, the Bills, or the 49ers even remotely good teams?
Was Jimmy G healthy? No, it was Beathard, wasn't it?
It was Beathard.
Yeah, oh my god.
It was Beathard.
It wasn't even Mullins, it was Beathard. But I think you can also look at the Vikings side. Dan Bailey missed 2 field goals.
Yeah. I mean, I sat there in bed and I looked at everyone's schedule. I was like, all right, what needs to happen for the Packers in the playoffs?
Dalvin Cook played pretty good too.
Still mathematically possible, but is it likely? Nope.
No. But good one for the Vikings at home. I think they've secured a spot at least in the wild card.
I don't know, that wild card's tight.
I think the Vikings will get a spot after this.
Green Bay dropped so many spots with that loss was that loss just might just be it for them.
That tie sucks too. I hate the tie rule.
You know what, Steve? The Packers are the 10 seed now.
Jeez.
Because Minnesota
behind Philly.
Minnesota 6-4-1, Washington 6-5, Seattle 6-5, Carolina 6-5, Philly 5-6.
What's the Packers' remaining schedule?
It's really easy. No, it's easy-ish. Home for the Cardinals, 14-point favorites. My advice to you: hammer the Cardinals. The Packers are not good enough to lay 14 points. The Falcons at home, at the Bears, at the Jets, home for the Lions.
Yeah, so the only really tough game is the Bears.
But if they go 9-6-1, are they going to miss it? The only way they would go not is if the Vikings go. The Vikings would need to lose 2 more games.
Let's see the Vikings.
No, the Vikings would need to lose 3 more games. The Vikings would need to go 2-3, and they have. But there's a path to it because they have the Patriots, the Seahawks. They're not losing to the Dolphins, the Lions, and the Bears again.
True. They could go 2-3.
They would need to go 2-3. Washington, they would need to go. They could go 3-2 because they'd be 9-7. They have at the Eagles, home for the Giants, at the Jags, at the Titans,
and they have a tiebreaker over the Packers. That's a problem.
Yeah, but the only way, it won't come down to a tiebreaker since the Packers have that tie. Either they'll be half a game ahead or half a game behind. Seattle 6-5. They would need to lose 2, but
Chiefs or Vikings.
But the Vikings
you can't root for
that can't.
That's so confusing for you. That's so confusing for you to.
The thing is, I'm now relying on one of these crappy teams in the NFL to upset like the Seahawks, like the Vikings.
The Panthers.
Carolina, same thing. They would need to lose 2 games. They have Saints twice, but I need the Rams to keep winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, relying on a lot here. Let's move on to actually relevant teams in the NFL.
And I wouldn't even say that. This game was pretty irrelevant. Lions, Bears on Thanksgiving. No Trubisky. Chase Daniel played pretty good for a backup. He came in. It was pretty close until the end. And then what happened? The Bears defense won them this game.
Not going to lie to you. I watched the first half. It was pretty boring. And I napped. I didn't even watch that.
That was in a major food coma from Thanksgiving.
It wasn't Thanksgiving. I just had tradition. Me and my brothers drive down at 5:30 in the morning, Thanksgiving morning, to New Jersey. Got there, watched the Lions. Was a little upset because my fantasy team was getting smoked, and I said, you know what? It's time for a nap. I'll watch the better games later. Bears are gonna win the division. Bears gonna have a home playoff game. I'm excited. That defense is very good.
They're finding a way to beat bad teams. Very, very similar to last year's Jaguars. Very similar.
The Redskins and Cowboys.
Good for the Cowboys.
I
hate the NFCs. Can I say that?
Can you rule out the Redskins yet? I feel like the thing is you can't because their schedule is too easy.
And Colt McCoy
looked good at times.
He's a server. Oh my! There was one that I was highlighted. One of his throws was an absolute duck. I saw it on
It was the wobble.
It was wobbling and then it got picked. Yeah. Oh my God, it was so bad. But he's been serviceable. Obviously,
I like him better there than Alex Smith.
No,
Gives a little bit more explosiveness.
it's true. Okay,
They top 20 points. Does Alex Smith ever do that?
not usually, but
Falcons, Saints.
Cowboys are gonna win this division. I think.
I think they're gonna. Falcons, Saints.
You look at the Saints, and you look at their team, and you say, how could they ever lose? How could they ever
Falcons-
lose? And you look at it, because the Saints don't have a cornerback that can guard top receivers. Julio Jones went off.
The Falcons turned the ball over 3 times inside the
The
5.
Falcons suck. Falcons are horrendous. I knew they were going to suck after week 1 when all those injuries happened, then it was downhill from there. I don't know how Sarkisian sells his job as offensive coordinator. I don't know how Julio Jones only has 1 touchdown this season. I don't know why they don't run the ball more.
Julio Jones has like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, but he's none in the red zone though. Don't you forget about that. But Saints killed him, 31-17. Drew Brees had 4 touchdowns.
Saints probably the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, Saints, Rams, or Chiefs. Giants, Eagles.
Oh, and I want to add another funny thing. Post-game press conference, Aaron Rodgers said, I'm gonna quote it. I'm gonna quote what he said, because I laughed when I saw it. He goes, "Go home, beat Arizona, then beat Atlanta, then go to Chicago, a place we've won before, beat them, then go to New York around Xmas, beat the Jets, then come home for Week 17, beat Detroit." I find that hilarious because none of that's gonna happen because they're not good.
That might happen.
I haven't given up hope yet because I will never give up hope in Aaron Rodgers, but
That Bears game is going to be the key.
yeah.
That's the only tough game on the schedule. If they drop any other games to those other teams, that is just embarrassing. And then
If they lose a game left, they're no matter what time.
yeah, but Giants, Eagles, just boring. Just
There's
boring
literally blueprints, probably out online somewhere.
to beat the
To beat
Eagles.
the Eagles. Just throw the ball. Odell got like 6
They
targets.
had no secondary.
Odell had to sit out beating in the second half because of cramps.
That's
Because
so soft.
he was dehydrated. Are
That's
you
so
kidding me?
soft.
Odell. Both these teams aren't good. I was joking last week with the Giants for the.
Well, you said that, and then I was watching Good Morning Football on Sunday, and it goes, the Giants. Some guy goes, the Giants have a chance to win this division. If they win out, they can win this division at 9-7. And I was like, you know what? Matt said that. I don't think they're gonna win out, but if they did win out, they could win this division.
I didn't think they would either. It would have shocked. They lost.
They lost. They were up They were up for most of the game too.
19-3.
The Eagles are 5-6 now. Giants are 3-8. Giant season's over. I really hope the Eagles don't make the playoffs. They don't have a secondary. It's just gonna be embarrassing no matter who they play.
The only team they could beat is probably
The Redskins.
Redskins.
Or
I don't
the
think they
Cowboys.
can. I don't think they can beat the Bears. But like if there was a team they could beat, because they're not going to beat the Rams or the Saints. I don't know. They're terrible.
Yeah. Next game.
This game was very fun.
We talked about the crucialness of this week for wild card seeding, and Seahawks going to Carolina. Carolina was 6-2. Let me remind you. It is now 6-5. They lost 30-27. 3-game losing streak for Carolina. Seahawks look hot right now. Coming off a big win against the Packers. Coming off a big win against the Panthers now. Seahawks might make the playoffs. I can't say they will because of this craziness in the NFC wild card, but the Seahawks might make the playoffs, and it's because Russell Wilson has been playing great.
I couldn't even tell you who's going to make the wild card right now.
I could predict, but I'd be wrong.
Let's talk about the AFC wild card after we finish these.
Yeah.
Because that got fascinating. I told you the Broncos. Oh, we still have one more game before them, but I told you. Don't
Two
sleep
more.
on them. No, we have. Oh, well, should we talk more about Seahawks Panthers?
No, we have Colts,
Dolphins.
Dolphins, and Steelers, Broncos.
Good teams find a way to beat teams that are worse than them. That's what happened. Andrew Luck.
They went on a game-winning field goal.
My
and
guy.
then
My guy. Andrew Luck.
Reminded me of a few Super Bowls that I didn't watch because I was like 3.
Says I yeah, did it remind you. Just remind you of highlights of those Super Bowls.
Adam Vinatieri, game-winning field goal, still doing it. You're welcome, Colts. Patriots gave you him, but Andrew Luck looks phenomenal. If it wasn't for Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes, Jared Goff, and Todd Gurley, Andrew Luck might be the MVP.
If it wasn't for half of the league.
Andrew Luck is probably going to come in 5th place for MVP voting.
This is Drew Brees' MVP.
Yeah, he will get it.
It's his to lose.
He should get it unless the Saints have a fall off.
The only
Could get Mahomes.
path of him not getting it is if they fall like 12-4.
Yeah, and then Mahomes would probably get it. Then probably go to Goff. Then it'd probably go to Gurley. Then it'd probably go to Luck. But he's back. The Colts are back there 6-5. I think the Texans' schedule is too easy for the Texans to blow this division, but the Colts should lock up a wild card
Texans
spot.
7-3 or 8-3?
8-3. 7-3. They play tonight against the Titans.
Let's go Titans! Wow. I haven't given up on Green Bay, but like if I got one thing left, if I got one thing going for me, it's the Colts.
Yeah,
I feel like that's all I got left going for me.
We both have to admit that we were both on the Bengals, and then yeah.
The conductor was like rallying people like let's get it going, and I just like quickly slipped off.
Yeah.
I didn't hop next door to the Colts. I was already on that.
Yeah.
I was just 2 places at once. I was at
You
two
said
bandwagons.
you started talking about the Colts when they were 1-5. So
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I said they could win this division. Can we? I want to put a clip right there. Just be saying that it's not gonna happen, but.
But good win. Last game to recap. Upset. Steelers lose to the Broncos.
A lot of turnovers, like James Conner with that fumble deep in Denver territory. How
Big
that's the
pick at the end.
just the play calling was bad. Not even that play call. The decision was bad in that play. That play call I don't hate, but like the first down fade, just run it to James Conner. Not that he's an amazing goal line back, but just do it. You have a great offensive line. I don't know.
It's a huge win for the Broncos.
Dropped Pittsburgh to the 4 seed when they were the 2 seed.
Thank God.
The thing is, they still have like a good chance at the 2 seed.
They have to beat the Patriots.
It's gonna that game's gonna be the decider.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no. Because then they'd be 8-3-1. Oh yeah. That game's gonna decide it. Can Pittsburgh win out? I think they have more tough games left. Ooh. Chargers, Pats, Saints.
Wow. That's 2 losses, I think, in there.
Pats have Vikings.
Steelers.
Yeah. It's gonna be the Pats 2 seed.
Pats 2 seed. That's the
Unless
the Chiefs
Houston.
Stop. Houston, we have a problem.
I mean, Houston could win out.
Pats do have a tiebreaker over the Texans, though. So if they get the same record.
Should we go to the AFC wildcard?
No, wait. What's the Chiefs' schedule?
Raiders, Ravens, Chargers, Seahawks.
The Chiefs. Imagine the Chiefs lose to the Chargers and the Seahawks. Pats get the 1 seed. That'd be awesome.
For you, it'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
I want to see Patrick Mahomes.
That'd be awesome.
That would be so great.
That'd be like Sean McVay. But
My guy, my hero, my savior.
AFC wildcard.
Well, not even AFC wildcard. Let's talk about the 6th seed.
The 6 seed. Yeah, we know the Chargers have the 5 seed. They're 8-3, right?
There was an in the hunt screen yesterday, and I saw a freaking 4-6-1 Cleveland, and I was like, get that off my TV screen. They beat the Bengals.
Who is Cleveland's head coach right now?
Greg Williams.
They should keep him. They're getting the job done right now. Matt just broke his straw. Matt's having a tough day. He dropped our mic on his toe. His straw broke.
Works better than that one, dude. So it seems right now, it's Baltimore currently holds it at 6-5, Indy 6-5, Tennessee 5-5, Miami 5-6, Cincy 5-6, Denver 5-6. Denver has at the Bengals. That's an elimination game for both teams. At the Niners, home for the Browns. At the Raiders, home for the Chargers.
And it's weak. Chargers probably don't have much to play for because I don't think they're going to win that division. So that may be.
Well, Chargers are only a game behind KC.
I know. Casey.
How easily could it flip in?
Well, they play each other too. So if the Chargers beat Kansas City,
who has the tiebreaker then?
The Chiefs won the first game, but the Chargers won the second game.
Yeah, but I don't know what is it? Does it go down to division, like record in the division, or is it common opponents?
I have no clue.
I don't know. Cincy has the Broncos game at the Chargers, home for the Raiders, at the Browns, at the Steelers. I think Cincy's gonna be done.
Cincy's done. Cincy's been done.
Miami. Should I read the schedule? Home for the Bills, home for the Pats, at the Vikings, home for the Jags, at the Bills.
2 losses in there.
You think they're gonna beat the Bills twice?
Yeah. I don't know.
They're not. I don't know. Yeah. Tennessee, 5-5 with the game tonight. That's a big game. That even jumps them back into like the division race if they win that game.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
Home for the Jets, home for the Jags, at the Giants, home for the Redskins, home for the Colts. I don't even know.
I think the Colts are gonna get it.
Indy, at the Jags, at the Texans, home for the Cowboys, home for the Giants, at the Titans.
Yeah, I think the Colts are gonna get it.
Baltimore has. I think they're not easy. At the Falcons, home for at the Chiefs, home for the Bucks, at the Chargers, home for the Browns. It's either going to be Baltimore, Indy,
Maybe Tennessee.
maybe Denver. They have a good defense.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be Denver though. I don't get it. If Denver's just too inconsistent. Like there's so many games they could have won this year.
Yeah. Are there any other teams that are winless on the road? Just Green Bay. Sorry, this is just hurting my feelings. Our goal predictions didn't do great this week.
I went.
I think I went 0-3.
I think I went.
Oh, I went 0-3.
I went 1 for 3.
I know I went 0-3. I said Colts by 2 touchdowns, Packers by 7, or more than 7, and the Giants to win the game. And the Packers and Giants both lost, and the Colts won by 3.
I picked 1, and it was the Browns beating the Bengals. The Browns won.
I mean, it's a good strategy. Just take the worst game and just pick the other one. It's been working.
But
Or just pick against the Bengals.
that's like sad for Hugh Jackson.
That was. Did you see Demarius Randall give him the interception?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Demarius Randall got an interception off of Andy Dalton, up 28-0, I think.
Yep.
And he handed the interception to Hugh Jackson. And then after the game, Hugh went to shake Baker Mayfield's hand. Mayfield was like kind of avoided him. That was, I think, uncalled for. Baker Mayfield was asked about it, and he was like, "Well, he left us and went and joined."
He got fired.
He got fired. He got fired and went to an organization that had him before and would take him back.
He got.
Stop being petty, Baker.
And then I saw a
God.
report that said, if they fire Marvin Lewis, Hugh Jackson is a top head coaching candidate. Jesus.
I'm sure that's what
Will Cincinnati ever be not mediocre? They're always going to pick like 17, 18, miss the playoffs, maybe make the playoffs as a wild card, lose in the first round. Are they ever not going to be mediocre? Should we do MVPs of the week?
Yeah. Should we do LVPs of the week too?
Yeah, we can do both. All right.
MVP.
I'm gonna get some stats for my MVPs of the week.
I'm not gonna go with stats. I'm just gonna go with off my head. Trying to think. Christian McCaffrey
No, he went off.
had like 28 touches, over 200 total yards, and 2 touchdowns. 100% MVP of the week for me.
I'm going Amari Cooper. Big trade for the Cowboys. Impact player in this game. 8 catches, 180 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Amari Cooper. Welcome to Dallas.
Second MVP. Give it to the Broncos defense. Holding Pittsburgh only 17 points, causing key turnovers. A little help from the Steelers there, but
My second MVP is going to be Baker Mayfield, going against his old coach and Hugh Jackson. 258 yards and 4 passing touchdowns.
it's going.
Yards isn't great, 258 obviously, but they got the job done. They won the game. This kid's going to be good.
My first
This Browns team is going to be good.
I agree. My first least valued player is going to be Big Ben. With that decision, you saw the interception, right?
At the end.
Even if the defensive lineman didn't catch it, the cornerback was right there to catch it too. There was
It was-
literally no fathomable way that was it AB
Yes.
that he would catch that ball,
Yeah.
no matter what receiver it was. Even LVP.
I'm just going to go with like a season LVP, the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
They suck. They're 3-9. Everyone was so scared of them. They beat the Patriots early in the season. Now they lose to a team like the Bills. And I don't think anyone remembers this, but I remember Jalen Ramsey specifically saying that Josh Allen sucks.
They brought it up on the thing. They brought it up on
Oh,
TV.
really?
They brought up his tweet.
And Josh Allen, he didn't play great. He had 160 yards and a touchdown, 8 for 19.
Big rushing day.
Yeah, but he won. They won the game. 13 rushes, 99 yards. He got a touchdown. The Bills beat the Jaguars. The Bills are supposed to be the worst team in the NFL. Now the Jaguars might have a better pick than them. The only scary thing to think about is if this Jaguars team does get a quarterback, they might have a top 5 pick again. They might get a top 5 defender. Or they might get a quarterback. But they should probably trade down and get a quarterback in this draft. But I don't know.
Second LVP, just the entire Green Bay Packers team.
Yeah.
I can give it to Rodgers. I can give it to McCarthy. No, McCarthy had a better game than people are going to give him credit for. Give it to the scheme. Just the Packers, just right there, LVP.
My last LVP is just football fans in general. No Rams, no Chiefs this week. Not too many exciting games.
I'm excited for another unbiased year of watching the NFL playoffs because I have to watch because I won't be watching Green Bay because they probably won't make it. If you put a gun to my head right now and said, "Will they make the playoffs?" I'd say no.
I'd say no too. But they have the
But I'm not gonna lose
Cardinals
hope.
next week, so let's hope.
Yeah, they'll beat.
Pats will beat Minnesota in New England, but
If Minnesota wins that game, I will throw everything.
and literally everything.
Literally everything.
We might not open up argument with the camera, but focus on football. Great episode. For Canyon Community Television, I'm Ben Aronson here with,
Matthew Martin.
and we will see you on Thursday for a preview of this week's games in the NFL.
You were too scared to guess the league number.